But it's been a busy year with the campaign.
It does feel a long time ago since we had that chat in the canteen, and it was just this little seed of an idea.
Yeah, I remember that. We'd just come out of the meeting and we were both like, hang on a second, there's something here, we can do something a bit different.
So the idea was to do something more story-based.
Yes.
That was what it started from, right? And then we added all these things around it. So you had your ideas for outreach, I wanted to have more staff voices.
I think that's the key thing, wasn't it? To try and like showcase people and not just focus on sort of a corporate communications message, but more of something with purpose and something with meaning that, focused on the great people here and their stories.
We were really clear from the beginning that we wanted it to be super genuine and lean into the fact that we're learning as an organisation, which doesn't naturally, match up, I guess, with these kind of polished communications where you wanted to put your organisation forward in the best light, right? So, what's been your favourite thing that we've done so far?
Having those sessions on site where we've been able to meet people and engage with people, tell them about what we're doing, and to get their reactions in person. It's been really, really good.
Yeah, that's definitely my favourite part, is the aha moment that I think the whole team have talked about seeing, where you see someone else's story having a really profound kind of shifting impact on someone else. So I really like that kind of almost like infectious effect of people kind of really finding something that they resonate with, and then hearing about all the conversations that have happened when they've gone back to their desk or got together with their team.
Yeah, I remember that very first session when we had some of the initial outputs up on screens and people walking past, and they were taking the time to actually read the stories, and you could tell from just their facial reactions that some of these messages were really oh wow moments. I hadn't ever thought about that. I hadn't ever considered somebody might be feeling that or experiencing that. So I think that was a heartwarming moment to see. And I guess the longevity now of it, that's the overall goal and ambition. We've gathered so many great stories. Now we want to tell the world and inspire other people too. Definitely from an outreach point of view, inspiring young people who might be considering science and technology and engineering maths careers and be thinking, actually that isn't really for me. I'm this, I'm that. I don't fit the science persona, and actually this campaign hopefully will help inspire those people to think, okay, there's somebody there that I can relate to this story, or I had never thought about this.
Yeah, I think, and that's the bit that you really pulled in, was that whole critical educational decision points, and that was something you really wanted to focus in on. But then it's how to do it without relying on the diversity of our staff to attend. We do so many different things, right? We travel all over the place and do lots of virtual things. We can't always have the same people or the kind of most diverse mix of people at every single event. So how do we genuinely give people access to that stuff?
And I think it's nice to give people a view into the organisation as well. It's not very often that, unless you're a visitor here, that you actually get to see inside the organisation and the people that work here. So I think it's sort of opened the doors in that sense too, so people can engage and understand a little bit more about what we do and who's doing it as well.
What are you most excited for that's happening next?
I'm most excited to get this out into the world, I think, or I really hope that there's a very positive response to some of these stories, and we get people thinking and engaging with us directly as well, asking questions, wanting to share their own stories too. I think would be a real bonus. If we can get that sort of change going via this campaign.
I mean, that's the dream, isn't isn't it?
Yes.
It's an interesting one because like, the sector does so much in this space, but it's all very disconnected. And I just think it'd be so incredible if we could do something where we all come together to show not just the diversity of people within STEM that is often hidden, but the diversity of careers within STEM and STEM-based organisations, and that opportunity to like be part of science and very in NPL, very impact-facing science. I'm excited for it to make a difference to someone, and I don't know if we'll ever know that it did, but based on some of the stuff we have here, we already know that it's had an impact on individuals within our organisation by feeling that little bit safer, by feeling that we really champion this, and it's not just something we say, but it's something we're trying to do. And if that can affect out into the kind of wider environment, and people can see the demand for people like them in STEM, why it's so important and a really critical part of being able to do that world-leading, really creative and innovative science, is having a good mix of people who have different backgrounds, different experiences. What do you think has been the most difficult bit of it?
We want to do the best by all of the people that have helped us today. So making sure those messages are used respectfully, land really well with the audiences. What do you think?
There was always the risk that no one would want to tell their story, and for this to be successful, it was kind of dependent on people buying into it and feeling safe. And then I think for me, the how to tell the hidden stories has definitely been the hardest thing when there are so many stories and combinations of stories to tell. We've limited to just a few that align with some of the work that we do at MPL, but there are, we could have hundreds of these hidden stories, and how to do them justice without being generic and stereotypical. We could have tweaked them indefinitely, I think.
Like personally for me, this has been the most enjoyable thing to work on, because it's had, we've had so many great conversations. It's been fun to do, and I like talking to people, and I think it has opened up conversations with people across the whole organisation, and that's only a positive thing.
Reading someone else's story has inspired someone to step up,
or
3 someones to step up, and if that snowballs out when we go external, how many stories the campaign could pick up as it moves around, will just be an incredible resource for someone who wants to understand what it's like right now to have a career in STEM.